Welcome guys to Creative FX. I've got this short video that I'm actually recording for you guys. I know that there are so many videos that you have requested, so I thought maybe I should release this one for you. This one normally it will be based on the TDI. It will be based on the TDI. All right. So the TDI is an indicator that we use on the market makers method. We call it the traders dynamic index. We call it the traders dynamic index. All right. So this TDI, for those who have once used an RSI, it's more or less like an advanced RSI. So I'm going to speak shortly on the TDI. So the TDI, the purpose of the TDI is for entries. We're gonna deal with this sometime. Next, another purpose is to identify the trend. Identify the trend. Another purpose of the TDI is to identify peak formations. So we can use it to identify peak formations. We can use it to identify entries. We can use it to identify the trend. So there are so many purposes of a TDI, but these are the main purposes of a TDI. All right. So now, looking at this chart that I have here, I've got this naked chart that I've just opened right here because I wanted to show you the basic movement of price without any indicator involved. So you can see this is my gold trade and the movement of the price. You can see that these were swing highs, these were swing lows, the swing highs, the swing lows of gold, and you can see right now that it is showing us the lower highs. It's showing us lower highs to show a change in the direction of our trend. And I know maybe some people have already drawn trend lines to actually show the change in the direction of the trend. All right. So I always tell people that you don't have to focus on one strategy, but you must know the basics of some other strategies. It's going to help you even in your judgment. All right. This tab that I'm opening right here is called a trader's dynamic index. So a trader's dynamic index, I'm going to zoom a little bit so that you can see it clearly. A trader's dynamic index has got certain components. However, we are going to only deal with the most important components. We are going to talk about the most important components. All right. First of all, we have this yellow line that is at the middle here. We call it the MBL line, the market base line, the market baseline. Now, the purpose of the market baseline is to show us the market trend. The purpose of the market baseline is to show us the market trend. Normally, if you see it turning, like as you can see right here, it actually turned and faced downwards and went down. That is exactly where the market baseline actually turns and starts to change its direction. You can see right here. Okay, right here. This point right here was actually at the mid 50, and it was at this point right there, and slightly when it moved above 50, that's exactly where it started moving. I know you will understand all this later. So you can see that even if your price was turning, but your MPO line showed a more rather smooth upward movement. You can see that it really changes the direction. The market baseline really changes the direction because it is there to show us the trend. It is there to show us the trend. You can see the upward movement of this trend right here, or the 4-hour time frame was actually shown by the market baseline movement to the top. So I'm just showing you that in general, the market baseline will show you the movement of the trend. So normally, if you see the market baseline turning, just know that the price would have rather retraced on a very, very strong dip. But if it's not the case, then the market baseline cannot bow to any turn in the price. Then this green line right here, we call it the price line. We call it the price line. This is the main EMA, because the TDI is made up of EMAs, Bollinger Bands, and these levels. We'll talk about them. So this is what we call the price line. The price line is more or less closer to the movement of price. It's more or less closer to the movement of price. So normally you will see that it will be 2 EMA. You can see that 2 EMA, even if you place it right here, it will be following closer to the price. That's why you see this movement right here is depicted by this dip in price. There you can see that movement right there shown by the dip in price. So it's because it moves closer to price. I mean the candles right there. All right. Now, for now, I would want you to ignore this red line, which is called the signal line. I would want you to ignore it for a moment. This right here, we call them the volatility bands. Some they call it the Bollinger Bands. Some they call it the boundaries. All right. In actual fact, we are saying that the price line, at all costs, it must play within the boundaries. The price line must play within the boundaries. So if in any case the price line goes outside the boundary, it must find its way back into the boundary. You can see this right there. And it went outside again, found its way back into the boundary. So that's exactly basically what we look at. We are saying it must find its way into the boundaries. All right. Now, this is what we call mid 50 level. Mid 50 level, normally this is where consolidation takes place. So you find that normally when you see price consolidating in one area, that's exactly where you see the consolidation. Normally where you see price consolidating in one area, that's exactly where you see the consolidation at mid 50 level. But if price is not consolidating, it will be going away from the mid 50 level. You can see that consolidation we saw there actually appeared right here. So we are simply trying to say the consolidation of price is going to be visible at the mid 50 level, All right. You can see this consolidation right here actually appeared at a peak formation. Now from this side right here, you can see with a dip in there, in the price. Had this consolidation continued, you could see the price line going closer to the mid 50 level. That's exactly what price do. As long as price is consolidating, it plays around the mid 50 level. So it will be pushing closer to the mid 50 level. So it is an area of consolidation. All right. And then this one, we call it the 68 level, and normally we say it is the overbought overbought level. So when we get to such levels, we're saying the market is now overbought. When it gets here to around 80, we call it the extreme overbought. When the market comes down to the 32, we call it the oversold. When it goes down to around 19, we call it the extreme oversold. All right. So this is basically it in terms of the description of the trader's dynamic index. So, like I said, your MDL will show you the direction of the trend. Now, the price line will follow the market. So normally the things that we focus on, this being what we call a peak formation, I will focus on this. This is what I call a shark fin. I know some of you I know what a shark fin is. When we talk of a shark fin, we are talking of that shark which actually stays in water. So when we are saying a shark fin, we are simply saying that that fin is outside water, but the shark is inside water. So we are saying the green line is outside the volatility bands, then it goes right back inside. That's what we call a shark fin. So for me, this shark fin can identify my first leg of my peak and my second leg of my peak. Normally I use the MPO bounce. So the MPO bounce is the one that I use, even though this was a bit more deep, but that's the one that I actually use. Look at that. This was my first leg right there, and my second leg on an MPO bounce. This is a perfect MPO bounce. I remember I sent a video on gold, I think 2 days back. You need to check that video where I was talking about gold, and you can see this was a nice MPO bounce of gold right there to show you the identification of a peak formation. So we can use it to see the trend. We can use it to identify peak formation. We can also use it to count levels. We said this is our level 3 because of the shark fin and the bounce of MPL. So this consolidation right here depicts our level 1. Then the dealer rises up and pulls right back down. So that pull back down will be depicting our level 2. Depicting our level 2. Then we rise back again up. Then we get that kind of a dip there, and the bounce on MPL signifying our level 3. Then the dealer drops into level 1. We can see that consolidation into level 1 with its stop hand there, so it can actually show you even the levels that you are in level 1, you're in level 2, and you are also in level 3. And also in terms of entries, we also have got different types of entries in regard to a TDI. I always tell people that we've got our signature entry, whereby we use it when we are entering head and shoulder patterns. And when we are entering head and shoulder patterns, we know this shoulder is going to be a shark fin, the head is going to be within the boundaries, and this is going to be an MPL bounce. So I'm talking of something more or less like this shark fin within the bands, then a bounce on MPL. So that's basically what will be happening. And I always tell people, sometimes if your W has got equal legs like this, it means your TDI will bounce on boundaries. Both legs will bounce on boundaries. But if it has got a leg, maybe the other one is shorter than the other one, you will see a bounce on boundary or a shark fin, and then a bounce on MPL. So you see something like this. So those are some of the entries that we actually use. So this was a brief description of the TDI and the general direction of a TDI and how it works. So I was just trying to brief you into knowing about a TDI. So I'll talk about it more on the next coming videos. I hope this video was actually valuable to you. So please go and practice more and more and more and more and on the TDI video. Cheers, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and please press the notification tab for notifications if I post them.